Life is about balance. Neglect something for too long, and everything will come crashing down. We, as a species, have disregarded the health of the earth for too long, and now we are experiencing the effects. An optimist would say we are headed in the right direction, raising awareness and coming to terms with our current situation. But our circumstance is dire, and we need to take drastic steps if we want to save our planet before climate change is irreversible. It is my personal belief that our absence of urgency is due to our lack of understanding of climate change. Give me 10 minutes of your time. I will paint you guys the bigger picture and connect the dots in hopes you guys will change your perspective on how critical it is that we take immediate action regarding the environment. Please watch this all the way through and share it with whomever you can. The light that comes from the sun is white light. White light cannot be seen and varies in wavelength. When light leaves the sun, it enters the Earth's atmosphere as ultraviolet rays, or short wavelength light. Carbon dioxide molecules are transparent to UV rays, thus allowing them to travel through. These UV rays heat up the Earth's surface, and that heat is re-emitted as long wavelength light, or infrared. Anything that emits heat is infrared. However, infrared rays are opaque to carbon dioxide. So this means that the infrared rays are unable to return to space. This causes the atmosphere to heat up. An analogy that describes this the best compares the windshield of your car to the carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere, and the dashboard of your car to the Earth's surface. As long wavelength light travels through the windshield of your car, it heats up the dashboard. As the dashboard heats up, it begins to emit infrared. However, infrared is unable to pass back through the glass. This is what causes your car to heat up on a warm day. The only difference between this analogy and reality is that our atmosphere does not have windows that we can roll down and give us a free out. 50% of all carbon dioxide emissions remain in the atmosphere. 25% is absorbed by the trees, and 25% is absorbed by the ocean. Over 100 million tons of carbon dioxide are drawn into the ocean and absorbed by phytoplankton, which float near the surface of the water and photosynthesize in order to get their nutrients. Phytoplankton also happen to be the base of the ocean's whole food chain. As the atmosphere heats up, so does the ocean. As the surface of the ocean heats up, it becomes more difficult for the deeper, more nutrient-rich water to mix with the surface water. Less nutrient-rich surface water leads to a decline in the phytoplankton population. The loss of phytoplankton has multiple effects. First, less carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the phytoplankton, causing carbon dioxide, or CO2, to mix with water, or H2O, to create H2CO3, or carbonic acid. The more carbonic acid in the ocean, the more acidic the ocean gets. A more acidic ocean will result in the destruction of the coral reefs. Second, when the base of a food chain goes away, the rest of the food chain isn't too far behind. 3 billion people rely on seafood as their main source of protein, while another 4.3 billion people rely on seafood as 15% of their protein. Seafood is also the highest traded food commodity in the world. So if you think that climate change only has an effect on the environment, just know $130 billion of the world's economy is on the line as well. Without seafood, humanity will have to rely more heavily on agriculture and livestock. Livestock, such as cows, release immense amounts of CO2, but more importantly, methane. Methane is 23 times more effective than carbon dioxide in terms of greenhouse effect. Third, and most importantly, phytoplankton are responsible for 70% of the world's oxygen production. If phytoplankton start to die, the ocean's production of oxygen will start to slow, and I shouldn't even have to explain what that means. I love that people are planting a tree for every like they get on their post, but the ocean is way bigger than all of the land in the world. So if you really want to make a change, the best route is through legislation. Since 1965, the average temperature of the Earth has increased nearly 1 degree centigrade. This increase in temperature is leading to the melting of the Arctic ice pack. As the Arctic ice pack melts, it releases tremendous amounts of carbon dioxide that has been stored inside the ice. Rising sea levels threaten to affect nearly 47% of the Netherlands' population, 26% of Vietnam's population, and 12% of Thailand's population. These are just the top 3. Here in the States, over 3 million people will be affected, and nearly 1 billion people will be affected worldwide. Things are spiraling out of control, and we need to take immediate action if we want to maintain a habitable Earth. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and share it with your friends. And subscribe for more politically oriented videos every week. Let's do this together.